what it does in alcoholism, and I would imagine most self-centeredness, is it runs advertising, yes? And it leads you to a point of becoming convinced. And the surrender to selfing, just like they say surrender to the spirit, the surrender to selfing is a yell of fuck it. You know? You just get a point of fuck it. And then as soon as you say fuck it and you're defeated by the barrage of advertising, it sends in its solutions. All right, let's get on with it. Let's get loaded. Let's have that sex with my best friend's girlfriend. Let's, let's quit that job and I have no other job and I don't have any money to pay around. Fuck them, you know what I mean? But you hit fuck it, and it's like a surrender, but not to a higher power, but a surrender to a power. And what happens is, it's sort of like it was a jockey and you were the horse, and now it's been talking and you've had that jockey on you and it wasn't a nice ride. So you're not afraid when you see that jockey, but it talks to you in a very consoling voice. Don't worry, it'll be different this time. And it starts doing your hair. Oh, you're so much better than them. Fuck them, whatever. And it's like, oh, she's out to get you. Yeah, whatever. And then suddenly it puts its leg over you, and you're like, whoa! But it's on you. As soon as it's on you, it's not trying to convince you anymore. It's living as you. It's using you for transportation. Man, there's no debate if I should go to the 7-Eleven buy that vodka. You're at the 7-Eleven buying the vodka. It's fucking over. Yeah, what I mean? You're possessed. This is what's happening. And there's no human power that's going to stop that possession. But a power greater than self, in other words, a modality of mind that's greater than that modality, will put that modality in its place. Yeah? You're not going to convince, that modality is very parasitic, you're not going to convince the snake not to bite you. It's not going to work. You're not going to convince that the leopard or the leopard to give up its spots. It ain't going to do it. Or the jaguar, whatever, yeah? But you're going to have an immunity to it because now you're going to be connected to a power greater than it, yeah? So you'll have immunity to its advertisement. You'll have an immunity and you'll never get close to the fucking, yeah? And in a sense, day to day, it will look as if the problem doesn't exist for you anymore because it won't have any power over you. Yes? And the power it had over you was yours that was given over to it through identification. Now we're not buying that. So the power is staying here, yeah, and not being given over to it. Once it gets the power, it plays God with it. Yeah? But if it doesn't get if it's not given the power, it can't play God. All it is empty advertising. Yeah? It can't make you do anything. You have to realize alcoholism does not pick up the drink. It doesn't have an arm. It gets its fuel through you. Yeah? It has to convince this to pick up a drink against all evidence contrary to the wisdom of that. That's what it does. As soon as it has your compliance and you drink, it's like the genie's out of the bottle. Now it's over. Yeah? It can't shoot up. It needs you to take the drug and say, yeah, this sounds like a good idea, and put it in there after it hasn't been a good idea 5,000 times. Yeah. Usually, at that point, it had to be brought about by a fuck it. Yeah? You had to get to a point of fuck it, surrender, and then, all right, let's fucking shoot up. Yes, this is what happens. It's happening on big scales like in AA, alcoholism, and it's happening in daily life with everybody. Yeah? The selfing is constantly the salesman at the door. If it ain't the front door, it's the side door. If it ain't the side door, it's the skylight. If it ain't it's the cellar. It's always knocking, hey, you're a loser. Hey, they have more than you. Hey, whatever. Yeah? And all it's asking for is your attention. That's what it wants. Once it gets the attention, it runs away with it. It doesn't need you anymore. It's got the attention. And that's its fuel. Yeah.
Is there ever a point when people talk about enlightenment? Or some teachers talk about being enlightened or something like that. I'm not sure what that means. Or does that drop away? The knocking never drop away? Do you think truly in their lives as well? Or?
I have no idea. The ones I've hung out with, I don't know. I just had dinner with some of them. Yeah. Whatever they were, but they were teachers. I was at a big roundup of teachers.
Or is that a fantasy? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. you know. Some of them I didn't really like that much. So. Literally.
The way you describe like traveling lighter, I can really get.
I just stick with traveling lighter. The Enlightenment thing, you know, I read these things about Tibetan monks that go into the tent and all that's left is their nails and their hair. They turn into light. Yeah. No, I never met anyone that happened to. Yeah. I mean, they can actually, they go so far that their body turns into light. All that's left is hair and nails, fingernails and stuff. You know, the monks come back in 7 days and they're disappeared. Yeah, far out. I mean,
like
I would think I'd have to do quite a lot to produce that kind of state. I'd rather just travel lighter today and like the Yankees or the Blue Jays, or you know, eat some food or surf or do things like that. I just want to travel lighter. I'm not really looking to get up on the top of the mountain. You know, I'm happy on this side of it. It's fine. I just want to stop traveling. I just don't want to carry heavy pails all day. I'm traveling, you know, I know that. And I just want to see what bags can be put down. You know what I mean? Because I'm tired of traveling with all this weight. And so the bag I found, which was the big one, was the identification as a self. So I started entertaining that. So first I would put it down, but I'd always look back and go, and as soon as it went, I'd go back and get it and claim it again. But one point I walked away, and I didn't, and like, you know, whose bag is this? I just didn't say anything. Whose big bag is no, just walk. And I just left it at the station. I don't know what the fuck's happened to it, but I don't care, because I've been traveling a lot later. That's the point for me. Enlightenment and this and that. I went to a talk, man. I went to a talk once. I had to do a. Hopefully, no one's going to listen to this. I'm pretty sure no one will listen to it anyway. But I went to a talk, and these people were talking about being awake, and the assumption was you're not, you know, and it was a real thing, and it was like Advaita hell, you know, Advaita non-duality hell. I was sitting there, I just couldn't wait to fucking leave, but I was consigned to be there to speak down the road, you know. And I said, this is fuck. My friend looked at me and says, fuck, let's go outside. I went outside. He says, man, that's like Advaita hell. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit about that awakening or enlightenment. Let's just travel lighter. Yeah. See what works. I think you're inherently awake. And that power is so strong that you can act as if you're not. I really do.